So, hi, hello, and welcome to another TBR video. We are doing my TBR for April, which it's really crazy. So, April is a really crazy month, so I am curious. So, my plan is to first do my normal TBR with my TBR cards. So, why don't we, while I am talking, just shuffle a little? I always shuffle, which, yeah. So basically the plan is to first do this and then after talk about my TBR for Orilium. So basically what I usually do is just have one book for every single one of the classes, even if I don't need every single class, but then I have, I have a few ones that I need to do, but then I kind of have a lot of choices. And yeah, let's just say that it's better this way. Let's just say that. So, but I am doing the wild form druid, and for that one, I actually need a lot of them. But for my own part, I just do every single class, just because, just because. Apparently, I can. So there we go. So 500 points. Let's go. I have basically on this one, I have all of my series that I have on my shelf that I haven't started, which basically is just like May. I will again try to start finish off a lot of series. So this is kind of me getting better options as well to what I have on here. So we'll try and read not all of them. I mean, no way all of them, but we'll try and put a few of them on here. But let's just pick the first card. This one. A sequel. Well, that didn't work out that well because apparently it wants me to do that. So I think that I have started I have started with this series, so why don't we continue on with this? This is Catching Sparks, and this is his second one in the... I don't remember the name of it. Cherry Peak. So I did start this 2 months ago, so why don't we just continue on with this, since apparently I need to continue on with something. So that was the first one. Not exactly what I was going after, but yeah. So next one. This one, I don't know what that says. Soccer romance. Want to take a guess what this is? This is a soccer romance. Did he do that on purpose? Trying to get back into my good graces? I mean, maybe. I guess. Yeah. So, next one is this one. This is a continuous series, isn't it? Companion novel. Okay, that is something completely different. Companion novel. Well, I'm going to stretch this. But it's a good stretch. I mean, in her own league. And the reason why I am saying this is that this is technically a spin-off from Windy City. However, this is about someone in that, it's someone actually in that series, so I just feel like you maybe should read that before, and that's why I'm choosing this. Okay. So far, we're doing really well. We have 200 points already, and I have 3 books. Okay, let's do next one. This one. Forced Proximity. Okay, after some long considerations where I needed to basically check out Forced Proximity, this one here with me. So apparently this is a really large age gap actually. So that should be interesting. And this is also ex-boyfriend's dad. I mean, I have to say that I definitely have read that before. But let's see. I love cowboy romances though, so next one. This one. Standalone. I feel like this is a little weird to be reading this in April though, but this is... So, on GoodReads, it says that it's a series, but so far it is only a standalone because there is only 1 book in that series, you know, so I am going to call it a standalone because it's not a series if it's only 1 book. And that is The Christmas You Found Me. So, this is definitely a little... what to call it, you know, a little bit out of the season. Let's call it that. So we are now at 300 points, so we still need a few more. Let's see if I can get something else on other than only physical ones, but always interesting. This one, a book with a map. So why don't we continue on with the series that, you know, I have been planning on continuing on with, and that is Throne of Glass. I am going to, you know, continue on and finish and reading this whole series, so I might as well continue on with it. And put it on my TBR to continue on with it. So, next one, we still need a few more. This one, over 250 pages, so anything. I am going to put Fortuna Sworn on. I'm going to reread this book and then continue on with the series because I kind of need to. I have all the books, so why shouldn't I continue on with this? This one is quite short though. It's not even 300 pages, but it is over 250. So we are good there. So let's go with that. And then this is possibly the last one. This one right here. Odd page number. Okay, so this book ends on 315. And that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So why don't we go with that? And that was 500 pages on the dot. So let's just say I have my work cut out for me this month. I only ended up with physical books, which might not be the smartest thing I have ever done, but I will, you know, see how many pages do I actually need to read every day, and hopefully we will only get to like 100, because I try not to read that much more, and we still have, you know, other things that I kind of should get to as well, but yeah. So, the next one. Let's just do the Orilium path. So, if you don't want to watch that, completely fine. And yeah. But if you want to see what my TBR is and what I am going to put on my TBR, because it's not done yet, because we still have some few things to do. So, the first one is basically a reread. And for this one, I have put on Fortuna Sworn because it's a reread. So we will get to that. And then the next one is Wolves. So on the cover, in the title, in the content, I've decided to go with Wolf Gone Wild. It has wolf in the title. Don't know what it's about, but I guess we'll find out. Then we have Unusual Formatting, and I have actually figured out that the favorite has an unusual formatting in some sense. And I have had this on my TBR, and I have basically borrowed it from Libby probably like 5 times. Haven't read it. And yeah, I am terrified, especially when someone says that it was like Magnolia Park versus something, and I was just like, oh, when they mention Magnolia Parks, because yes, I do to an extent like it, but I am also, I mean, I was dreading that for like 6 months as well. Yeah. And then we have Top Shelf, that is like physically or on top of your TBR. And I am going with in her own league, because this one I have to read, and I am so going to read it. And then we get another list down for a book this year, and I can't wait to get to those either. So Liz Stamford is definitely on top on my TBR, on top of everything. Then we have first enticing book you see on social media. So basically what we are going to do, I am going to start a screen recording. And we are basically going to go on GoodReads. And I'm just going to, just get and see what do I find, what I want to get to that I haven't gotten to. So this might take a while. So I mean, this one I already own. So maybe I should actually just go with that, the last letter. And I do actually think that I have that on, a lot of things. Yeah, let's just go with that. Let's go with the last letter for that. Because it's something that I have been thinking about, getting to. So after that, we have House on the cover. So I think that I should, just do something easy. And basically, I know that a few of these have House on the cover, but I am going to stick with the ones that I have on my TBR. Just, if not, I think I will struggle. The Christmas You Found Me has a house on the cover, in the back there. So let's go with that. So the next one is temperature word in the title. I have decided to go with hot seal, which I don't know anything about, except that it's probably a hot seal in there. So not like the seal, but the seal like the military seal. So yeah. Then we have currently on a bestseller list. So I feel like that is also like really difficult, like what is on that. So, and to be honest, I don't really know always where to check it out, just because a lot of the time I feel like this is everywhere. So let's just go with it. I know it is on a best-selling list, and I have it as an audiobook. So Just Friends, a lot of people have been buying this, so why don't we see if it's good or not. So then we are going to roll a d6, and basically you roll for the serious. So I just need to find my d6, my die. So I don't know if I have a single one though. Okay, so let's just say that I also have a D6 here, but no, I have a D12 or something, D10, but just ignore that one and see the other one, you know. So a 6. So a 6 in the series. Okay. That can be a little tricky. Number 6 in the series. It's... Wow. That's gonna be hell. Can we just say that? Like, who decided on this? Where am I on 6 on anything? Okay, so I don't have that many to choose from, which has like being the sixth in this you know, whole thing. I do have the Singing Hills cycle, so I have no idea. Basically, where we are in that, I like what the next one is. But there I am on the sixth one. A Mouthful of Dust. That's basically where we are. That is what we will be reading, because that is like the only one that I have to choose from. So let's go to the next one. Day of the week in the title. I am going with Until Friday Night. So some people like this, some people don't, and we are going to see, basically. Then we have a dystopia or utopia. Do I even have that? Okay, so apparently, according to GoodReads, now I am going to go with GoodReads, who says this. So yeah, I will call this more science fiction, but it's apparently also in the dystopia genre, and I can actually see that in some way. Defiant. So yes, I can in a way see that this is a dystopia, because it is set in the future with humans, and it is space, but it also is in the future. So I'm going to count it. Then we will finish off that series. I mean, trying to finish off that series forever. So, the next is word time in the title. And I've decided to go with part-time husband. Now, I don't know. I only know that I own this. And I don't know. You know, I am just getting a lot of books. Like, not getting them. I get like, oh, this book is today, like, it's free. And I have had a habit of, you know, just putting them in my cart and cart and cart. And now I have like way too many. So, yeah. Then we have ask for five-star titles and pick one. Someone recommended this, so we are going with this. So, Emily Wilde, first book. So, yeah, and then we have flip a coin. And that's what we are doing. So, now, I sadly don't have a coin. But I do have one called Coin Flipper, so we are just going to... So, basically, heads is under 400 pages, and then tails is over 400 pages, and I'm gonna end with tails, aren't I? That would be my biggest guess. Yes, we are. Over 400 pages, that was nothing. It's not unusual. This one is just over 400 pages, so we are going with that. It's just barely scrapes by. It's like 2 pages over, but over 400 pages to 402 is over. So, that's where we are going to end with, and then apparently I am a little nuts, so I am going to do Higher Calling 2 for the Beastmaster, which we basically got graduated last spring, and I almost said last autumn, fall, whatever you call it. And basically this is just must fit. It must rather have a dragon on the cover or in the title, fire on the cover or in the title, word fly in the title, word sky in the title, or animal studies or elemental studies. So anything will count, and I am just going to, you know, see whatever I am going to get to, and hope I will get over 400 pages. No, 4,000 pages. So let's see. But that was my TBR. I am really tired of talking, and yeah. this just became one big stack of books. So let's see what I am able to get to this month while also doing Vita. So should be interesting.